Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the welcome. I don't even know, guys. It's early. How you doing? What's up? So there's going to be probably a series of these videos on YouTube, but we're going to start with the simple, and then we'll get to the complicated later on. But today we're going to start with the question that I've been getting a lot about the Division. I'm going to hold off on the full review until after we've had a chance to play the raid, unless they announce that it's coming out in like a month, in which case I'm gonna we'll do one now. But this is how to level fast. One of the best parts about the Division is that people are, you want to play the game, right? Like you want to level up, you want to feel like a badass, you want to get to the end game grind and all this other stuff, and I totally get that. So before I do this, explanation or tips and tricks, right? One thing I want to say is, the Division 2 is an absolutely fantastic game, and I would not worry about trying to get to end game as fast as you can. As much as like that might be how you play, I have found that the Division 2 is it's a superb experience. It's not something that you need to rush to end game in order to have a good time. So, that might be your jam, which is why I'm doing this video. But I'll tell you this: every single second I've spent in the game, from level 1 to World Tier 4 with power level 456 has been absolutely a blast. So keep that in mind. All right, so none of that bullshit. Broman, tell me how to level fast. Well, guess what? Now I will. So there's a couple of tricks that you can do to leveling. One, you'll notice all over the map, you have all these missions. They say main mission, side mission. Main missions are worth ass loads of experience. Side missions seem to be worth about 33% of whatever your current level is. So about 3 side missions is going to guarantee you a level 1 main mission. Is usually going to get you about 1 full level. The one trick that I have is, if you've got a bud, if you've got a buddy, if you've got a friend, if you've got a pal that is max level, having them join your game will boost you to level 29, right? So it's going to normalize you up. One of the really smart decisions that Division made was allowing this sort of cross-play normalization on your character. Basically what that means is it's going to take the base level of your gear and it's going to make it stronger only while these other players are present. But that can be huge, because you're talking about a jump from killing NPCs that give you maybe, sorry, I got something in my teeth. NPCs that maybe give you 20 to 25 experience are suddenly giving you 150. So there's a big jump in just combat. But aside from that, helping complete the missions will also appear to, based off of what I've done with my buds. And again, I'm not your hard stats guy. I'm your feelings guy. It seems to feel like you get a ton more experience. Some of the levels I finished with guys that were level 10 or 15, they were getting a level and a half per main mission, which was big, and some of the side missions were getting them full levels as well. So I would recommend finding a bud to play with if you can, because that will make a big difference. Also, your buddy's still going to be getting specialization experience and things like that, so they're not put out in the rain at all. The other really big tip that I have for you, and I'm gonna try and remember where is it, where's the thing? Oh yeah, this guy. The other big perk that I'd recommend going to first over anything else is any of these XP perks, which of course I'm going to forget where they are because that's how I do it. Or they might have disappeared. Oh my God. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. We'll find it. We're going to keep clicking until we find it. But basically, there it is. Basically, these perks are going to allow you to gain more experience based on your performance. Headshots, multi-kills, tactical kills, staying alive, which is big. And even this weak points. So I would put all of your shade tech into that when you start. If you do that, you're going to have an accelerated, experience grind the entire time. Everything that you do in the game will be more meaningful from an experience standpoint. So if you're always landing headshots, or if you're not dying, you know, a lot of things that, especially if you're playing solo, are going to sort of come to you naturally, especially the survivor perk. You'll just be rewarded with more experience for that. The other piece of advice that I have about about leveling is don't ignore the control points. One of the biggest catches that are going to come while you're playing through the game is that you're probably going to run low on gear at some point. And that's going to be a real choke point. So you might not have a new weapon that you want to use. Control points are fantastic ways for you to get experience that you want. Or not experience, get gear that you want so that you can go back into the game and grind again. You'll find, especially as you're leveling, that you're probably going to have one or two pieces of gear that might be lagging way behind. There was some point where I had a holster that was 10 levels behind my current level. So clearing out control points is actually a fantastic way to get gear. It also gives you a decent amount of experience, like a little bit less than a side mission, but it's still solid. So you're going to be making progression while you're doing that and getting gear. There's a lot of gear hidden, inside of these control points. You open up the little control point doohickey. I should just show you. You should just show them, bro, man. You open up the control point, the locked area, and you're going to have a weapons chest and a couple gear chests for you every single time you do that. So we covered control points, we covered missions, side missions, we covered playing with a bud. Let's see if we can find that. Oh, here, look, loot. Electronics. Also, the other thing that I really want to point out is clearing out all of your side missions and your main missions is rewarding. Now, not only, here you go, here's the stuff. Here you go. Oh, apparently I didn't loot this yet. What the fuck? Oh my, what? Okay, dude, like, I'll take all of it, man. I got no problem. Completing your main missions and your side missions are going to open up modifications for you to use on all of your gear, weapons specifically. These mods are all kind of normalized. They all have these different trade-offs that you can get. And some of them I didn't even unlock until very recently, and I'm about 50 hours into the game. Like this, I just never did this side mission. But, having increased stability, 20% increased stability is a big win. So there's a lot of stuff that you can miss if you don't clear the whole map. Now, don't worry if you don't clear the map because you're power leveling or you get to end game. You'll always have the opportunity to go back and do those missions at a later date, whether it's on World Tier 1, World Tier 4, or even later. I finally, yesterday, finally cleared out all the rest of my side missions. I think I had like 6 or 7 left. So there you go. That is my guide or tips and tricks to leveling quickly in the Division 2. Coming up on the channel, we're going to have reviews. We'll go over mods and modifications. We're going to cover recalibration, which is different. We'll do a review. We'll talk a little bit about the Dark Zone, which, by the way, you don't need to do the Dark Zone if you don't want to play the Dark Zone. They've done a great job working around that. But all in all, I'm really pleased with the Division, and we'll keep the content coming for you. Thank you so much for watching today, and I will catch you next time, all of you beautiful folks. Peace.